to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Everybody grab it out there. Nobody tackle. Just grab it, everybody. Grab. Nobody tackle.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Freak Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hey, this is James Clemens boys basketball coach Frankie Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, your main and only and best source for local high school sports all around North Alabama, especially Limestone County. This is Todd the Bod, the talent, Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Hopefully an appearance by Coach Legg. He might be imminent. We don't know. He may or may not be on his way. We will all find out together. But thanks for joining us this morning as always. Beautiful day. It's football day. Basketball season's kicking off, so a great time of the year, absolutely. And looking forward to all that. We've got a wonderful lineup that I'll share with you here in a little bit. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. You can visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. And you can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls, as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or your iOS devices, and I highly recommend you do that. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and all your popular platforms. Here's on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. And you can call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. Our calling guest today will be coming by the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. And even though we don't have a particular special guest, which of course all of our guests here at Applebee's are special, it is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing, and we always appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors. Couldn't do it without them, so we thank y'all so much for that. Later on during this broadcast, we'll have AP Steadham, our SEC guru. We'll have, of course, Clay Freak Daddy Coleman. We'll have the coaches Lance Davis and Corey Mackier of ABS, Justin Taylor and Dakota James of West Limestone, and then head coach of Athens High School boys, Danny Anderson, and the head coaches of James Clemens, Frankie Sullivan of the boys team, and Monica Maxwell of the girls team, and Kyle Owens, head coach of Clements boys basketball. So looking forward to talk to all of them. We have sent Jay told Joe Vassar on assignment to down to the Alabama game, so he better bring home a win tonight, Tim. And we've sent Tim to Vanderbilt, or Tom. And Tom, yeah, we love you, dude, but whatever. You can bring home a win if you want to. We don't care. Just kidding, buddy. I'm not going to say anything like War Eagle or nothing like that. That'd be just gross. But y'all have safe trips and have a great time. Game day is in Tuscaloosa today, Tim, so that's not a very good sign for the Crimson Tide. We haven't done very well the last few trips that game day. And a lot of people were really upset that they were coming back. You know, they've already been once this year. And they, you know, we obviously we got beat by Texas. And so, yeah, a lot of fans were wanting game day to come to their school, and rightfully so, and I wish they would have gone to their school, wherever that might be. And so the man of the hour, Coach Clint Legg, has joined us in his wonderful Alabama gear.
Where else would game day be today? Where could it have been?
At that point, I wouldn't even care if they went to, like, you know,
so you don't like it there?
I don't like it there just because the last 2 or 3 times we ain't been very fruitful with them being there.
I think it's okay.
I know. It'll be all right. And it's not like, you know, I'm one of those superstitious kind of guys, you know, you got to tie your shoes a certain way or wear the same drawers every Saturday or whatever, hat, shirt, and whatever.
I did that in my young years at Tanner, wore the same underwear, shirt every game that we won 14 or so games. I was freezing my butt off, but I never told them guys that. But, man, I used to be really bad. So I am, and when it comes to Alabama, too, I like to wear the same things if we're on a roll. I remember Zach and I'd stop in the store on our way to the game and get the same thing every time.
Yep, me and Donnie would always stop at Wayne's World halfway down in Warrior and get the same snacks and
Speaking of, did you see where, you know, I guess they've run out of people up there to give it to? Where Donnie got Teacher of the Year at Elmont.
Yeah,
Man, what kind of education are those kids?
I was going to mention that before the show was over. Coach Story, if you're listening, congratulations. Since Coach Legg is an administrator now and not coaching, maybe he can answer this question. I didn't ask Donnie when I spoke with him last night. I asked my sister last night. She didn't answer me. Probably didn't hear me. But so is the school year's not even halfway over, dude. Why do you get Teacher of the Year when it's not over?
That's just the way they do it. And they have a teacher.
That's like giving the Heisman before the season's over with.
I know. I mean, but it ain't like Donnie's going to pick it up anyway.
It's just going to motivate him to even do more in the classroom.
Yeah, buddy. I just, you know, they have the banquet the first part of December at the Beasley Center and honor those people. I know, you know, it's all, and now you've got to be a showman. You know, the years of teaching like we had in high school, where the person gets up there and just talks and speaks the whole time. It doesn't work.
Doesn't keep attention, does it?
No, you got to be, you know, engaged with the kids, and kids who he's almost got to be an entertainer. And I know Donnie really does a good job.
He does a great job of that. He's able to incorporate sports and politics and anything else.
Does he enter with a fog machine going?
I wouldn't put it past him. Now, that's something me and Jay would definitely do. We'd come in with our Lucha Libre mask on or whatever and have a ring set up. And when them kids got out of line, we'd just throw them in the corner in the ring and tell them to get it on. But
that's awesome.
But
Donnie story.
Donnie bedtime.
But we're proud of Coach Story.
I know his dad's proud of it.
You know he is, man.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, with that said, I'm going to turn it over to producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert for
Scores and more.
All righty, we had some football last night. Athens beat Russellville 41-14 to end their regular. Well, all these ended their regular season here. East Limestone, man, that was a game. Didn't look good for the Indians early on, but they came on late and decided to go for 2 right there at the end, and they got it. So they beat May Jemison 29-28. It was Central of Florence over Ardmore 49-21, and Elkmont lost to St. John Paul II 42-20. And I was talking to Coach Parker earlier this week, and it seemed like Clements was not completely out of the playoff picture there until Thursday night. He acted like there was still maybe a tiebreaker depending on Thursday night games, but that's kind of out the window now. Or not kind of. Totally, it is out the window.
I'm going to be honest, and Here it is, honest. I don't want to be in the playoffs when you lose the last game on a team that you should have beat and dance in on this and that and this and this happening.
You want to earn it.
Never had that luck. You earn it on the field, and we didn't earn it on the field.
I get that.
Yeah. We are where we are because of us.
Well, I saw where Elmont last night. I think I was watching 48, whichever one I was watching, and they said that there was a 3-way tie that they may have. It's going to come down to a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
so they're not totally out of it.
Or
I haven't heard
before
10 o'clock
before
last
Thursday. Them and Clements were still in the picture. Elmont not so much as Clements might have been because they're.
Well, I mean,
their wins,
he just said 3-way tie, and it didn't say with what teams, and it didn't say what the criteria of the tie.
Remember, let's make a deal. Remember the show?
Oh, yeah.
Let's make this deal. Behind door number 2, when you open it up, is Gordo.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I don't mean this to be ugly to Clements or ugly to Elmont.
It's true.
Or for that matter, Phil Campbell.
You don't want any of that.
But Gordo is a different animal.
Yes, they are.
They will give. If they don't beat them, I'm going to be very surprised because I watched a little bit of them on film. Gordo is a monster. They've got a heck of a chance to beat Mars Hill or Lauderdale County, and they're real good.
Coach, what is it about? And this has been going on for better yet of a decade almost, it seems. Maybe not quite as long, but why is it that when it comes this time of season that the teams further south just seem to obliterate us in the playoffs? And, I mean, that goes from 7A to 1A.
Now, but here's what they've done in Birmingham. Let's just talk about it. Why is the Parkers and all those coming around? If you go down there now, 10 years ago when I was at Lee and we went and played at Fairfield, it was the scariest situations I've ever been in as far as worried about was I going to make it out of the press box.
It's not a good area, Dave.
With all the shots and stuff around it. But, they've went in, they have put money into athletics. They've given them field houses that are state of the art. They have turfed every field in Birmingham. And what does that do? That makes people from the outside go, I want my kid to play there. Yeah. And because of the facilities, just like right now, this is and you guys know this better than I do. Right now, if I'm a guy piece of work on the Arsenal, and I look and I got a son that can play, where is the nicest facilities? Where is the biggest schools? It's
where you're moving into.
I mean, that way. I'm not talking about Athens because Athens facilities are awesome, but when it's over that way on our eastern border, they're going to go to James Clemens.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not going to go to East because when you look at East, and because James Clemens, Madison City has put money into athletic facilities. Yeah. And that's I think that's got a lot to do with it. I think the population is growing, everywhere, but it seems to me that the teams in the South, they put a more emphasis on athletics and football and basketball than we do up north.
Well, they sure hurt our feelings when it comes this time of year. I mean, every now and then we've got a team that'll squeak by, fairly deep. I mean, do you see any teams this year off the top of your head that you can think? What about a Tanner or somebody? I don't know.
Tanner's got a shot. I mean, Tanner's got a good shot. I think if Coach Gross and them can get by Oxford this week, he's got a great shot. Mars Hill, Lauderdale County, 2 great teams. Madison Academy. Jay called me last night. By the way, what's up, Jay? On the way home, and he says, I think that Madison Academy is going to, and that Westminster game will be a good game. I said, no, Madison Academy's going to beat the brakes off of them, and they did, 47-7.
Yeah, wow.
So I think Madison Academy's got a great shot at doing what they want to do. And that's
but when you come to teams like that or schools like that, your Muscle Shoals, your Madison Academies, and that, and not Lauderdale County so much at all, really, but there's some outside things that go on too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because Todd, it's no secret, man. Muscle Shoals. There's back in the day we had Hazelwood, Cortland. Mm-hmm. Now the Hazelwood, now the Cortland, now the Colbert County dudes where they go. Play for the Muscle Shoals Trojans. Yeah. And man,
seen the results.
You look at the facilities there, turf field, man. It's incredible.
Like a small college, man.
And I get so mad at people talking about, we use the word recruiting all the time, but me as a dad, I want my kids to play at the place where the facilities are nice and that they're getting coached and the coaches care and the whole 9 yards.
Well, that's where you get seen.
Oh, exactly right, man. And all that factors in, and people's got to understand that. It ain't just about, they're recruiting kids. No, they're not. All you got to do.
They're doing the things that it takes to get those kids to move in.
That's right.
Now y'all got a new basketball court this year, don't you?
We sure do, man. I'm telling you, that new floor.
I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus there.
You're not, by the way,
But Clemens putting money into his facility.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, actually, man, that was about $40,000 of money. That's outrageous how much
for a court
it costs to go all the way down to the bare minimum and then start it back again. Because I was really sick of looking at the Denver Bronco horsehead.
Yeah.
I was really sick of looking at Tanner. Is the same way they just stack whatever it is, what do you call it?
Varnish.
On top. I want it to go all the way down, start all over again. So it's a pride thing for the Clements community. Our gym is the nicest one around
nice,
there.
man.
The inside, the out, and when it's nice, they'll take pride in it. But I begged Coach Childress. I said, man, let's don't play volleyball in there. Let's just save it. Let's make them play in the old gym.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but we played in it. And it's still, man, I can't wait to get a crowd in there and let them see. We got the jumbotron in there too,
nice.
And that was the first thing we did. And then I don't know, man. I think the facilities, you build it, they will come. And we play today in Hazel Green, by the way. Our girls doing a tip-off thing.
Okay, I looked on the schedule last night.
We play Lee
out
of Huntsville. Playing Lee this morning at 11:30. So.
Well, while we're talking about basketball, we had some basketball locally last night. James Clemens played Hueytown.
Yeah. Now, was that girl score correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
The boys 18 or something.
67-18.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lady Jets won their game. The boys, not so much. They came up short, 65-55. Yeah. Let's see, what else have we got? Oh yeah, Calhoun volleyball. They're in the NJCAA D2 Gulf South District Tournament.
What's a mouthful?
They won their first game against Coastal Alabama North 3-0, or the first match. Lost to Enterprise State 3-1, and they are playing Pearl River in the losers bracket this morning. But congratulations to Coach Jamie Freeman. She was Coach of the Year, ACCC Coach of the Year, and she had three of her players make the All-Region volleyball team. Elise Rudolph made the first team. I say Elise, maybe it's Alice, Allyse. Made the first team. Reagan James and Ariel Fuqua were the second team, and then all three of them made the All-North first team. Yeah,
congratulations to them. I mean, what Coach has been able to do is just they have so much energy and passion for that sport, and they're recruiting locally for the most part, and getting these girls to come in from local high schools, and so to see them have that success is just, man, it's been great. So good luck to y'all. Hope y'all go far, and hope you win it. I know it's a tall order, I'm sure. Where do you know what the progress of the tournament is? Like
when they win this one?
Yeah, when they win, is it nationals after that? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it might be. Well, let's see. This is the Gulf South District Tournament, so it's still. I don't know if it's like a.
You would think it'd be like more or less the ACC tournament, for the lack of a better.
You don't got to go far to see some good college sports, man. You need to get out and go see Calhoun basketball.
For those who may not know or have not known, and they're doing it again this year. Last year when Calhoun brought their sports back, no entry fees. You just come in, have a seat, grab your popcorn and Coke, and sit down and watch great sports. So you can't beat, being able to go to a college level sporting event for free and be able to see some good athletes, great athletes on the court. So take advantage of that. Y'all go up there. They also broadcast their games via, what is it, Tim?
I think it's Vimeo.
Vimeo?
Yeah.
So you can just go to Vimeo's website, type in Calhoun basketball or whatever, and I'm sure it'll pull it right up, and you can if you're not able to get to the game, you can pull up their games and watch them live on Vimeo. So it's pretty cool too.
The women's basketball team started their season off with a win on Thursday night. It was a pretty big win. I can't remember the score right off my head. The men lost their game, but it was close. So it was a good night.
Yeah, so a good deal. And good luck to both the boys and girls teams from Calhoun for this year. And we're rooting for y'all, and I'm sure we'll be keeping up with you, and hopefully have some of the coaches on later in the season to see how it's going.
Well, that's Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Well, all right. With all that, great first segment. We're going to take us a quick break, and when we return, we'll have our ACC guru, AP Steadham, joining us live. And you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Elijah Owens from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Takes the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He's at the 20, the 10. He's going to get a couple. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, or on your PAS Plus app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is former Alabama offensive lineman Griff Redmill, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC. Todd the Bod, the talent Tomerlin, along with Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We're joined now by ACC guru AP Steadham. AP, good morning to you, buddy.
Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
I'm glad you're with us this morning, man. Talking off air a little bit. You're taking a break from the road and just going to sit at home and enjoy all the games on TV today. Nothing wrong with that. So getting into it, I guess, we've got, not a lot of great big games. Obviously, Alabama, LSU, a few other, decent games. Let's just open up with Alabama, LSU. Alabama's 3-point favorite at home, 7 o'clock game. So, I don't know. What are you thinking? I'm a little worried. I ain't going to lie.
Well, they've been scoring, the last 4 games, 49, 48, 62, and then 2 of those games are on the road for LSU. So that's a lot of points, the best offense in the country. I look at the receivers they have, Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors, and the tight end, Mason Taylor, Logan Diggs, the running back, Jaden Daniels, sensational quarterback. He's looks like a tall wide receiver, and you try to catch him, it's the same thing. He's elusive, he's fast, he's an excellent passer. They have a very good offense. Defensively for us, But if they get on top of you and you can't keep up with them, it's going to be a long day for Alabama. Now, Alabama, they can throw the deep ball. Jalen Milroe's improved quite a bit. He can run as well and scramble. Good running backs. Will the offensive line have a good day today against that LSU defense? If they can keep the ball, rushing the football, and keep Jaden Daniels and company on the sideline, that's in their favor. But if it gets up in the 40s, you have to favor LSU.
Yeah.
If it stays in the 20s, let's say, I think maybe low 30s, Alabama could probably win that game.
Well, Las Vegas thinks the total's at 61.5, so they're looking for a 20-30 type, I think, game somewhere around in there. And
right.
You're right. If it gets to be too high scoring, I just don't know that we will be able to keep up with that. But hopefully, the way our defense has been playing, they'll continue to do that and be able to put a hurt on them a little bit. We definitely got to get back to the quarterback and put him down a few times.
The Texas game, they had some communication issues in the secondary, and we all know against this team, if you miscommunicate, and I always bring this point up at the beginning of the season, I'm looking at the secondary. If they're not unified and in harmony, it's touchdowns in this day and age.
Yep. Before we move on to the other games, late last night, it was announced that Connor Stallions, the guy that was in all the trouble for Michigan, who was going to all the games and stealing the signs and all that stuff, they fired him. Michigan fired him, and Coach Harbaugh's still adamant that he never knew a thing about it, never knew he was buying tickets to all these games and sending people to these games. And listen, I ain't got no problem with stealing signs. I really don't. I just don't care. I don't think it's that big a deal. But for Harbaugh to say that, though, I don't know about that. He may not have sent him, but he knew he was going or doing it,
Right.
I mean, I don't know, Coach Legg, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking that, I'm thinking if he went to the games, he didn't keep that information private, do you
wouldn't think? I mean, how does one of your analysts go off to another school and buy tickets?
He's telling somebody.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
he's telling somebody.
That's the
Maybe
same
not
thing
Harbaugh
as,
directly, but I don't know.
Crap, what's his name? What's Seattle's coach's name in the NFL? Used to be USC.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll. That's the same thing as Pete Carroll
Yeah.
sitting up there on ESPN that time saying, "No, I had no idea that alumni had bought, any of my players' big houses and cars." And come on, bro, they're driving around campus in Mercedes.
Coaches know everything, right?
They know at least that kind of stuff, I would think. But anyway, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I just thought that was interesting. And they're saying that Stallions he's not providing NCAA or Michigan with any information. He's refusing to assist in the investigation, so they just went ahead and fired him for that reason alone. So it's not over, but the investigation's not over.
Yeah.
Before I talk about Jim Harbaugh, I want to go back and just touch something with you and AP, since y'all are trying to bring everybody down.
That's me. That's not AP. That's just me.
Hold on. Missouri, Auburn, and Army. That's LSU's last 3 games. That ain't Alabama, boys.
That's true. That's a good point.
That ain't Alabama, man.
That's a good
the Army defense is not close to the guys we got. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to say Alabama's going to win by 40. I wish they would.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying it's a different opponent, man.
It just worries me that they can throw the ball really well, and our secondary is suspect.
At AP, I'm going to be honest with you and Todd. I grew up, by the way, Georgia Championship Wrestling. I love the Four Horsemen, and to sit there and say that stealing signals is illegal. Everybody's tried to steal signals from the get-go. Now, he just went to the extreme.
Oh, yeah. Day one.
I love it. Here's what was so funny. Did you see a picture of the guy?
Oh,
it's him on Central Michigan sideline with a fake mustache on. Bobby Valentine stuff. They kicked it.
Yeah, they showed that. I didn't see it. Yeah, they showed that. I look like him, but I don't know. I mean, they would know. The people of Central Michigan would know.
But here's why I'm so fired up, AP. I just hope this goes down like this. So Jim Harbaugh will be the next coach of my Las Vegas Raiders.
He could very well have it. I don't think he wants to stick around and fool with it no more.
All will be good, guys.
And I like him as a coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think he's a good coach.
I do too.
Yeah, he's building a good.
But he's done some
program, getting it back to the town.
Yeah.
AP,
I
don't think he's any shadier than anybody else yet.
Well, I got a point there.
Who's next, man? I mean, what other games are we looking at today, guys? Besides,
you got.
I love that Missouri game, Missouri Georgia. I want to see what happens was there.
That's going to be
because
interesting.
Missouri's quarterback played very well. Luther Burden III and company. And how about that walk-on running back? From Missouri, from Truman State. He's one of the top running backs in the conference. But Georgia, their quarterback has been very poised, and he has good receivers, and he'll love it from Missouri. When I saw him play against Auburn, I liked him right away. He's playing with Georgia now. I like him. So Georgia's good, and they're playing at home.
Yeah, and I just thought about this, and I may be totally wrong. Y'all remember because my memory is terrible. But last year, was it not? Didn't the Missouri field goal kicker miss a last second field goal to beat Georgia? Like a relatively.
I know the game was close.
Makeable.
Yeah, I know.
I remember.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I think he did. So there may be even that revenge, factor a little bit on the back of their minds too. But I think he missed like a 40-some-odd yard field goal to win the game.
Was he? He made the 61 this year, right? Wasn't it 61 this year against Kansas State? Was that the one to win the game?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and he's a different type of kicker. He's about 240 or something, right?
Yeah, you got this was kind of cool. I know most people wouldn't care, but I love basketball. But so you got UConn at Tennessee. Tennessee's actually going to be wearing those uniforms.
Yes.
They've worn them in the past, and I don't know if you saw this, Coach Legg, but they're going to put in that baby blue colors in their uniforms like the Lady Vols used to wear in honor of Coach Pat Summitt.
Oh yes.
And,
yes.
Playing UConn, what a better
That's
team
really
to
cool.
be playing to honor Pat Summitt. She was obviously to me.
Well, UConn football needs Gino Ariema coaching them.
Yeah, they do. And then you got A&M Ole Miss. That might be. What do you think about the A&M Ole Miss game? I thought that was kind of interesting to look at.
Oh yeah, I like that game too because both teams they can sack their quarterback. A&M number one with maybe 33, I think it is, and Ole Miss is 30. They're like 4, 5, 6 in the country, so they both get after the quarterback. Of course, A&M's offense is spotty, and Ole Miss playing at home.
Yeah.
I think they could probably survive, but it should be a close game. And then there's that rivalry between the two coaches.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of friction between them.
A little bit of friction.
Yeah, they don't have birthday parties together. I know that.
No, they don't.
Guys,
so that's a good game.
AP, isn't today Bedlam? Isn't today Bedlam? Isn't it Oklahoma State?
Oh, is that today?
I think so.
It sure is.
Tim's saying yeah.
State's got that running back. He's been hot, right? 200 yards 3 or 4 times. He's very good. I'm interested to watch him to see how he plays the game. And Gundy and Oklahoma, they're not big friends either. So that's the last game for the Bedlam, maybe possibly. But I think the Oklahoma athletic director said he'd like to play in the future. I think I heard that.
Okay,
awesome,
good deal. Well, AP man, I always enjoy your visit, and we're always smarter when we get through talking to you. So we appreciate it, man. Enjoy your time off the road this weekend and all the great ball games. And tell us real quick what you got coming up on your show.
Yeah, AP and Kelly, as we see it, this week we had on Jacques Doucet from Baton Rouge TV station. He previewed that LSU game. It was a lot of fun. He's been covering them a long time, so that was fun. So this week I'm going to just look at the best game. I think probably get somebody to talk about the best game in the conference. We'll try to find out what that is. After these games are played, we have to find out, right? Georgia and Missouri and LSU, Alabama. So it'll be fun.
Well, good deal. Well, all right, buddy. Well, enjoy the weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, buddy. That was AP Steadham, our SEC guru, joining us by the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. We're going to take us a quick break. When we come back, we'll have head coach Lance Davis and girls coach Corey Mackier of Athens Bible School. And you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands? Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or a festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. 256-566-5298.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street. Open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk this Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC Radio as we announce the winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc and Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is East Limestone girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bod, the Talent Tomberlin, Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we're being joined now by the boys' head basketball coach of Athens Bible School, Lance Davis. Coach, how you doing this morning?
Doing well. Good to be here.
Man, so season hadn't quite kicked off yet. November 20th, play Elkmont. So obviously, they're just beating up on each other in practice. How's practice been going?
Oh, it's been going great. Practice is what I love, so that's where I enjoy my time.
Yeah.
So it's been fun.
How many kids you got on the team?
We have 10 on the varsity team this year.
So you've got enough to go.
Yeah.
Run full court and
that's right.
Get practice done. Talk about maybe some of your more outstanding players that you've got coming back, or who you think you're going to lean on, maybe for.
This year there's five five seniors on the varsity team.
Wow.
So that came back, and you have two that played a good bit last year in Luke Merle and Luke Davis, and they're the two that will be the two that we'll look to a lot, and but all of them just enjoying it.
Yeah, well, awesome, man. So 1A, Area 15, so you got Oakwood Academy, Skyline, Valley Head, and Woodville. Does that sound about right?
I believe that's right.
Sounds like to me, area champs.
Well, one thing, and I don't know, I won't say the word irk. It just puzzles me. Why you have so many different discrepancies, not just in 1A through 7A or whatever, but y'all have a 5-team region. Mm-hmm. Some schools only have 3-team regions.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 1A the problem is there's not very many teams.
Yeah.
So you can see right there, we go to Valley Head. That's a 2-hour drive. That's on the Georgia state line.
Wow.
So that's an area game. So you back, I don't know, 10 years ago, they were in our area and they hosted the area tournament. And the craziness is you had to go over there. We won that one, and we had to go to Valley Head 3 straight days. So you drove back and forth 4 hours per day to play an hour-and-a-half basketball game.
That says a lot for y'all to be able to pull out a win and being on the road.
It's crazy the way it works. But 1A's tough just because we're so spread out. It's not as many in any geographical location.
Yeah. You talk about your 5 seniors. What are the other grades?
You have
what's your youngest?
The youngest is Luke. Luke Merle is, I believe Luke's in the 9th grade this year.
Okay.
And then we have 4 11th graders. And I think that's the way it washes out this time.
Wow. You got any kids you feel like maybe walking hallways that you could jerk out of there that could contribute? Or
yeah, I wish
it's hard. It's hard to get kids nowadays. Even I'm sure Coach Legg knows there's kids at his school.
We'll send Coach Legg out to beat them out some other school halls.
They don't have many people walking the halls anyway.
I don't let them walk the halls. But here's the deal, man. Here's what they can control a little bit more the narrative of, hey, where do you play? You need to be. If you play basketball, you can come to the Bible school. You don't play nothing, stay at your other school. I wish everybody walked in my door. I could go, hey, look, what do you play?
Yeah.
What do you do? I do nothing. Oh, okay, well then you go somewhere else. It's public schools. You can't do that.
Well, at a small school like Athens Bible, being a 1A, it's small to begin with, and it takes kids playing everything.
Yeah,
they have to play it all to stay
baseball,
competitive.
Cross country.
So you take some of these kids are 3-sport athletes.
Yeah.
They're playing in a year's time, which is a great thing too, because in a lot of other schools in the larger classifications, you have to specialize or you don't see the light of day. You get stuck, and except for the exceptional athlete, they can probably play multiple, but that's far in between. Yeah. But at the Bible school, you have that opportunity to play multiple sports and get to compete, and that's one of the good things about a small school.
Yeah, and a little bit of a blessing since y'all don't have a football team. You don't have all these football players out on the football field and they're coming in banged up and don't have so-called basketball legs under them. It takes a while to get that going. So at least you have the opportunity in practice to at least run them and have them.
Yeah, I would like to have some football bodies though. That's what I would like to have, and that's what what weight room time. That's one thing football does bring to a group of kids.
We've got this year on our varsity basketball team, we've had 4 or 5 kids that come out for football this year and played. And I'm not saying they ate up the football field, but like I told them the other day when it was over, I said, man, I told Coach Owens, I said, this is one thing I'm going to be really surprised. I think they'll want to go get rebounds. They'll want to get on the floor. They'll want to play defense because it just adds a little element of I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive than I've been because I've been playing football for a while. I hope it works out like that, and everywhere else I've ever been, it's always been the same way. You play that, you can get a little bit more aggressive with that. But man, my question is, Lance, who you said you play Elkmont? Is it your first game?
First game.
Yep. Yeah, we played
Red Devils.
You play there, or do you play at Charles Place?
We're playing at Wallace State.
Okay.
Wallace State's putting on, I'm not really sure what they're calling it, but it's like an opener of some kind. They do it in the Thanksgiving. I think every year the coach down there does and brings teams in from all over, and we're going and they matched us with Elkmont. We're traveling to Coleman
out of all
to play Elkmont.
That's crazy, man. I mean, you think they'd give the teams the opportunity to play somebody from away, and maybe
we saw that. So we're traveling to Coleman to play Elkmont.
Wow.
But that's okay because they get to play on that floor.
Yeah,
and that's one of the good things, And if kids don't get to make the regional tournament, that's an opportunity to play on a floor that they may never get to see again, and it's a good experience. So it's a lot of fun. I'm glad they do it.
You make it another point here that Lance just said. If you do make it to Wallace, let's just say I don't know where they'll play.
I don't even know.
Well, if they do, it's different because it's from here to in the parking lot behind the goal. It's a different reception.
Totally different.
Shooting.
Yeah.
So we have to go somewhere in practice where it gives you the same look.
Yeah.
Our Clements gym don't give you the same look, and nor does the Bible school or Elkmont or anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's a different perspective when you're looking to shoot.
That's a great point, Coach.
Or so that's what they say. I don't know nothing about shooting.
No, it's the absolute truth.
It's the absolute truth. I can tell you, going back in the day, back at Athens High when I was playing, and we would play in the state tournament. It was we would either be at Tuscaloosa back in those days, and you talked about going from gyms, even here at Athens High, and some of the bigger high school gyms. It's a totally different perspective. You go from shooting into a wall that you're looking at for perspective into dark space. And as a shooter, it completely tears you up as far as range and so forth. So Wallace is not as bad. It's not as deep. It's not dark behind the goal. You've got some perspective, but it's still different.
Yeah. Yep. And depending on how big the crowd is, you get those multicolored seats that kind of bring a little bit of perception in the back, but still it's a different beast. And
it's different.
It takes a while to.
I'm gonna take a little bit of credit, okay? I don't take credit for a lot, but with basketball last year when we made it to Wallace, I told him, I said, man, you got to go somewhere and practice where it looks like that. You can't just practice at Clements every day because it don't look like that down at Wallace. And I see a lot of teams, and like y'all just brought up the point, that lose because they can't shoot there.
Yeah. What you see in usually in state tournament play and even in regional play, not as bad at Wallace, but once you get down to Birmingham's the same way. It's dark space. You will see shooting percentages drop dramatically, and so it becomes a post game. Usually teams with the best post player, you'll see them do better because it becomes a game of, because your 3-point shooters, until they get used to it. And see, when you go down to Birmingham now, the AHSAA doesn't let you practice in there, so you walk in cold, and those kids walk in if they've never played there, and they're shooting into something they're not used to, and you'll see shooting percentages drop dramatically. So
you can even tell by the scores, like, you know, if you look at the regular season scores versus the
there's a reason for it.
Yeah, and that's exactly the reason for it. And even free throws. I mean, just everything is so weird and different. It's like the goal's just floating there, kind of.
It is.
I don't know.
That's the way the team, Trinity, the team we played last year in the finals, they were really cold the first half, like Lance said, and then all of a sudden they were making them from Lakeshore Avenue and Sanford University. They were shooting from down there, making shots. So
it takes a
while.
I'm glad y'all are getting, and the kids are getting that opportunity, because I mean, just to have it
awesome.
feel basketball, you know, that's cool, man.
I'm glad they started it several years ago, I believe, and Wallace State did, the coach down there, which is smart on his part too.
Yeah, but well, that way you can see a lot of local kids,
a whole lot.
You know, and
he's advertising his program and doing a lot of things. He's smart, but it's good for the local kids to get to go down and get to try to.
We went and played Sparkman at what was then the Von Braun Civic Center my senior year, and I mean, I was like, wow, those goals don't look like they're 10 feet tall.
No,
you know?
Everything looks shorter.
Shooting free throws, things looked like they were just way out there, but Coach Wayne Kirkendall wanted us to get that experience, you know, because, you know, he had a
knew where y'all were going.
He knew where he thought we could go.
Well, y'all did.
So it really helped.
Well, speaking of Thanksgiving, are y'all any Thanksgiving tournaments?
No, we're not playing any Thanksgiving tournament. That is it, and then we'll be going on to the regular season after Thanksgiving break.
Thanksgiving tournaments, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't seem like they're as big a deal as they were in the last 10, 15 years.
I'll just tell you, it's not. I mean, you think back in the day, back in you old as Clint, you get back in those days, you get when we were in our age, you were playing Thanksgiving tournaments. The ones we always played in at Athens High was at East Limestone. Coach Drake would have his Thanksgiving tournaments, and it would be out there, and it'd be brawls, and the stands would be full, and you know, and it would back in those years, and ever since it seems like it's just been a constant deterioration of the number of tournaments, and I think it's just in general. I think things are different, and you don't see as many people in the gym anymore. The community feel of a lot of it's gone away, and I hate it, and the number of tournaments has deteriorated merely because of attendance. Athens Bible School used to have one every Thanksgiving. We used to have one, and we would fill a gym up and would have a good 2 days of a tournament, and it got to the point where attendance and cost of officials just made it where it wasn't doable anymore. So you did away with it.
That's terrible.
And so that's what's happening. I mean, I think you're seeing it happen all over, and I hate it. You know, I'd like to see it change, but you have seen the number of tournaments and things deteriorate.
And there's so many things going on, I guess, more so nowadays than there was back then. But like you said, it was a community thing.
That's true.
The county tournament.
I mean,
holy crap!
I guarantee you, Clint remembers. I mean, we go. I can remember we would when we were playing. So growing up, or then whatever, and we were playing, and even through back years and years ago, when my dad was coaching in Ardmore. I mean, it was Thanksgiving was you eat Thanksgiving and you go to either practice or to a game. Well, that's not the way it is. And we would go to we would eat Thanksgiving. We had a basketball game that night at East Limestone. You could count on it every year, and because it was a Thanksgiving tournament. But now things just have changed.
We don't do Thanksgiving with Chastity's family. They don't do it.
They don't do it.
Here's why. They play basketball.
They weren't used to it.
You got it.
Do what?
You got it.
I said, y'all Daddy wouldn't let us eat because we had to play that
night.
But here's the deal, man. We could still have tournaments, but until we decide, I'm going to quit charging kids. I want every kid in our school at a game. So let me charge them $1.
Yeah.
I'd rather get $1 out of a kid than
nothing. Yeah, I agree.
But back in them days, my goal was to keep my grades halfway decent, where mom and dad let me go to Athens basketball games back in the days when y'all were playing up there, and the gyms were packed, man.
I mean, these kids just don't know.
Yeah, they don't understand it. I tell my kids all the time, going back to Athens High and East Limestone games back in that 89-90 season, I played
even
at Athens.
before me in 83, 84.
Yeah, it just
packed.
It would pack it in. Those East Limestone games, they'd be standing in the corners. They'd close the doors and not let people in. And
fire hazard.
They don't understand
Costs
it.
too much. It costs too much.
Well, I was going to say at Athens Bible, what we've done is, and I think it would be, we let all of our kids in free from school. They get in free, and this year I'm going to be doing a thing to where they come and I'm giving them a popcorn and a Coke to come. You know, I'm trying to get it to where they'll come to bring their parents. You know, and at the end of the day, you get enough to cover officials and I'm going to tell you, that's something too. It's gotten really very expensive, as any administrator knows, having to write those checks. But but just let them in, and like Clint said, just come to games, school spirit, and all those good things.
Support your teammates or your students. So
yeah.
Well, Coach, man, thanks so much for coming up here and joining us.
Yeah, enjoyed it,
man. Good luck to you, Coach.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me.
And we'll have you back on here.
Looking forward to
times
it. Yeah,
through
man.
the years. Absolutely. I was a head boys basketball coach for Athens Bible School, Lance Davis. We're going to take a quick break, and when we do, we'll be joined by Clay Freak Daddy Coleman. You're listening to WKC on the Big 1080.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Claire Holt from Athens Bible School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance, transfer funds, and I was even able to deposit my paycheck from my phone. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Tune in every Tuesday through Thursday this football season for the WKAC Coaches Shows. Join us as we get the scoop from Ardmore, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Tanner, and West Limestone. The WKAC Coaches Shows on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is David Rocker, former Auburn and Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak.
It's just a freak show anyway.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bod, the Talent Tomerlin, Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we're now joined by our First National Bank Hotline, Making Communities Great guest, Clay Freak Daddy Coleman. Clay, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing good. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning, man. Coming off just a cruddy loss, thinking Birmingham, can't stand them. Tyler Piacentini's retirement jersey night, bobblehead night, and they stinking beat us 4-1, man.
Yeah, it was a bad. They played horrible last. I mean, there's just no way around. Sorry. Yeah, they just played horrible. There's no pretty way to say it. So I guess, but that's the one thing in hockey that we were talking about it last night is different than most other sports that you have, because if you're baseball or you're football, I mean, baseball is probably a little bit different. If you lose a bad game, you got a lot of games to make up. So, but yeah, they just kind of, do whatever they need to do to get it off their mind, and then they'll get back up, do a morning skate today, and get back after it tonight. At least the good thing is you get the same team to kind of get some revenge. So you'll either find out was it just a bad night or is Birmingham better. So
let's just hope it was the bad night. I mean, the penalty minutes were the same, 13 across the board, shots on goal. We actually had more, 33 to their 30, but obviously just couldn't stop enough or score enough, more or less, to pull out the victory. You reckon they had a little bit of added extra pressure being Tyler's special night, or does that even come into play, you think?
Sometimes you think about those things. Like the one thing, this is just me stepping out of my Havoc hat and becoming just if I were to be like a player.
Yeah.
When you come out and you skate out and you're getting ready to go, and then there's a big, long presentation that kind of slows the start out. I mean, that would probably bother me. I mean, because, Tyler.
Oh, so they did it before they dropped the puck?
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, so they come out, they skate, they do the national anthem.
Yeah.
They're ready to go, and then it's play video.
Yeah.
Let Tyler thank everybody, then the banner. So that could be something, a slow start, but I think those are little things. I think if you switch it from the coach or everybody tries to put little things that could cause something to be or not be, but it's kind of like at the end of the day you got to play.
Yeah,
so there's always
I just assumed it was going to be between periods. Yeah, I just assumed it's going to be between periods, and I guess that's why it surprised me when you said it was before they dropped the puck. So that's an interesting way.
Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff they do, and I mean you do that. You want to make it exciting, and it's bobblehead night, and of course Tyler getting to have the banner in the arena was cool. But yeah, it could be a momentum changer there at the beginning that you kind of got to. I mean, it got to the point. It was funny that when Tyler was even talking, I think he realized that he had he didn't go longer. I mean, I won't say that he didn't go too long, but he even thanked Birmingham for giving him the moment, to be able to have this. He says, because I know how hard it is. You want to jump out there and play and get going or whatever. So,
he wanted to. Yeah. All the rivalries and great games they've had against each other. Now, I hope you got your bobblehead. Did you?
I hadn't got one yet. We'll see. I hope I get something right.
Yeah, I would say you at least deserve a bobblehead, buddy.
I think what I'll have to do when it comes down to my when I'm going to retire or whatever, I'll have to get the big talker there to maybe start with the fan cave and stuff and start do something for Freak Daddy campaign.
There we go. Man, yeah, you can load up that way.
I would never in my mind think that, like maybe a bobblehead, but, like a jersey retirement. But I would be pretty cool if the Freak Daddy jersey hung up there in the arena. That would be pretty awesome. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm of that level yet to be able to do something like that.
I don't know. I think we would all agree with that. Don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're a mainstay with the Havoc. I mean, you're the voice of.
I'm sure that there are announcers, but like I said, I would never consider myself the level of a Eli Gold or a Kaywood Ledford, but I know there's different people that Rob Bramlett and those guys that have been, their names have been, put up in the arenas or the stadiums for sports teams. But yeah, it'd be huge. I would love that. But
I can assure you, the Havoc fans, you are at that level. So that's just a fact.
Appreciate that.
So tonight, maybe get a little revenge. It's actually Beetlejuice night. I don't recall y'all ever having a Beetlejuice night. Have y'all had that?
No, what? We have not. This was really a partnership with the Broadway Theater League. So the Broadway Theater League has a play, Beetlejuice, that is going on now, and so they actually came in and became a sponsor, So we had agreed to do the jerseys, and I'm actually going to be at least painted up with a Freak Daddy Beetlejuice jersey in my head, and I've got the wig and the whole thing. So I'm playing the part tonight. So they were trying to figure out if it was Freaky Juice or Beetle Daddy. I don't know which one.
You can't go wrong either way. Those are both pretty good.
Both of them to me sounded extremely weird, but we'll see how that goes. But all the players will have, the special theme jerseys, and I think the Broadway Theater League will be out there. Just another unique night. And that's, with a lot of the stuff for these nights that we've done, the nostalgic, things of the past have always been the good jerseys. And Beetlejuice, probably wasn't the greatest movie, but it was one of those, iconic, movies that everyone at least knows around the Halloween time things. It wasn't a horror flick, that it was just a fun movie. So, we just maybe said I jokingly said last night, well, maybe we should say Havoc, and our team actually shows up tonight.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a good night. I think the crowd will be down tonight because, there's this little tiny football game that LSU and Alabama that'll be going on. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's me and Tim talked about that off air before the show started, how, the crowd will probably definitely be affected tonight since Alabama LSU's got a 7 o'clock same time start.
And I think the Havoc set it up to where it was a Friday, Saturday night, knowing what was going to happen. And usually in most situations, whether we have a Bama football game or whatever going on, when there's back-to-back games, a lot of people will kind of choose. They may not be able to go to both. They'll pick one or the other. So at least this was an option. Hey, go to Friday night, enjoy the Friday night, game, see Tyler's deal, get the bobblehead, and then Saturday, you're probably going to go to watch the Alabama game, but at least we get one night from you.
Yeah, there we go. And you never know. I mean, maybe all the Auburn fans will show up and fill the stand.
Well, there is a group. There is a pretty strong group as Huntsville's growing. There is a pretty strong group of people that don't care about it at all, which, shocking to some people, that how can you not care about college football? But there's just a lot of people that transplants and people that have come from,
that's true,
other cities where they're just like, they're probably sick of Alabama beating them. So they've given up on that and they've moved to hockey.
But you know what? I've never thought about that before. That's a great point. We do have so many people that moved in from other states, and hockey might be very well their thing. That's their sport. So,
absolutely. Well, and like I said, it is a very. I'm from the great state of Kentucky, and they when we come here, we're like, we're not really caring about that because you've killed us all these years. Like, I'm actually going up next week. I'll be able to next week. I'll talk to y'all live from Lexington, maybe give you a little update. But we're. I was mad at Kentucky for losing against Tennessee because then that pushed them to the noon game. So now I've got to leave after the James Clemens Hoover game and drive all the way to Lexington so we can be up and ready to tailgate and enjoy a good Alabama butt whooping of Kentucky. So we'll see.
You never know. Those 11 o'clock games can be tricky sometimes for any team. So I don't know, without a doubt. Yeah, Clay, man, appreciate you joining us as always. Look forward to talking to you again next week and getting an update from down or up there in Lexington. And
I'll have to make sure I get my timing right because I don't want to be on warming up with Fireball when I jump on the big talker, so I got to be careful.
There we go. And if I don't talk to you between now and then, good luck to the James Clemens Jets on Friday or Thursday night, right? Is it Thursday night?
Oh, no, it'll be Friday night.
Is it Friday night? Okay.
Again,
right. Good deal. Yeah. So I'll be pulling for y'all, and T-Bone will have a great night. Hope so anyway, and hope they win.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, man. That was Clay Freak Daddy Coleman, our Havoc cook-up. We're going to take us a quick break, and when we come back, I don't know, I think we're going to be joined by West Limestone basketball coaches. And you're listening to WKC, the Big 1080.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hey, I'm Cody Gross. I'm the head football coach at Athens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC 1080. We got joining us on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Phone call, we have Lance Davis and Corey Metcalf. I'm sorry. Oh, I read the wrong one. Justin Taylor and Dakota James. We're moving this program on so fast.
I wish I was Lance Davis.
Coach is gone, so you don't have to kiss his rear now, Coach. Anyway, Justin Taylor, head boys basketball coach at West Limestone, and Dakota James, girls head basketball coach at West. Coaches, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
We're doing well. All right. This is Todd, joined by Coach Clint Legg. So I've got Coach Legg on the line to aggravate y'all.
Justin Taylor is the dean of basketball.
He is, man. I was thinking about that this morning.
He's the old guy.
Coach, how many years has it been now?
I think this is my 19th.
Wow.
Golly.
And I remember that first year, man. Fell in love with Coach Taylor. He was at East Limestone. I was keeping the scorecard for Coach Story or whoever. I don't even know who it was. Scorebook. And, man, you were just giving those kids up and down. You were a young guy. And I'm like, man, I love the way this man coaches. I was paying more attention to you than I was the game, I think, that night. But that's for sure.
It didn't do any good. They kicked our butt that night.
Well, that's all right. You've had plenty of success since then, so I don't think you have to worry about that night for sure. Coach James, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How you guys?
Doing fine. So neither one of y'all seasons, if I'm correct, kicked off yet, correct? They're not tipped off.
That's right.
Okay. I think what does it see? Who do y'all have first? I think I wrote it down and I don't see it. Who do you have first, Coach
Girls
Taylor?
play this week.
Okay, y'all got Lindsay Lane,
girls
right?
Girls play this week, Lindsay Lane.
Okay.
We all play at Clements a week from Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, Coach Legg's already been saying he's ready to welcome y'all right in the door.
I didn't
he didn't say that. I said it for him, though. I said it for him.
Thanks, Todd.
They got a special video up on the screen this year for us, don't they?
Absolutely.
So, I imagine the kids are tired of beating up on one another in practice. Practice has been going pretty well for y'all. Coach Taylor, you can go first.
Yeah, we just got started this week. Really, most of ours were at football, but it has been a good week for the first week.
Good deal. How many you have coming out or on the team?
I think we've got 22 total at practice, so about 11 on varsity probably. We're not sure exactly yet who will be on varsity, but probably about 11.
Well, it's nice to have a pick, I guess. I mean,
yeah, it is.
What about you, Coach James?
We've got 24 total, so we've got about 9 for sure on varsity, then a couple other that are kind of fighting for a spot. It's good to have some competition early in the year.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, that's good that y'all. Those are great numbers for both y'all to be able to weed through. Who you can keep.
He's got 24. It's real loud when you walk through that gym before practice. 24 girls in there.
Yeah, I can see them making a little bit of racket, for sure.
Yeah, surprised us to have a voice.
Yeah, I bet.
Coach, you just got done this week with the middle school tip-off tournament over there for boys and girls. I know is that doing y'all well as far as fundraising goes for basketball, or no? Or are you having to spend $27,000 on officials?
This year we had 8 girls teams and 8 boys teams, so we have 2 full tournaments. So when you got full like that, officials are a lot of the cost, but being the first tournament of the year, everybody's ready to come out and watch the grandbabies and watch your babies play. So we usually do pretty good on the gate, and there's nowhere else to eat out there, so we do pretty good on the concession stand too.
Well, that's good. And it usually is pretty good crowds to kick off the season like that. Both y'all 4A Area 15, you got Randolph, St. John Paul, and Westminster Christian. Do y'all know anything about any of those teams yet? Too early to tell, or have you heard anything about how they may be?
I don't have a clue. Every coach has changed in the boys.
Oh, wow.
A lot of difference in Westminster. Some of their guys entered the transfer portal, and I'm sure they got some more out of the portal. I have no clue what those look like. Dakota may have a better idea. We're in there with 3 private schools, so it's a different deal every year with them.
Yeah. But like with most schools and most teams and coaches, you run your own thing, you do your own thing defensively, offensively, and, make adjustments, obviously, when you're playing whoever. But, as long as you're doing what you do up to the best ability, then, most teams are going to be pretty good. So I'm sure y'all feeling pretty good, I hope, about that.
Yeah, I think the Dakotas has the same idea as I do. We just coach what we got and don't worry much about what everybody else is doing, and just try to do the best we can and not worry about everybody else. We got enough trouble of our own without worrying about what's going on at other places.
Yep. That's not a bad approach at all. Are y'all playing any Christmas tournaments or anything like that this year?
Go ahead, Dakota.
Go ahead, Coach.
So we'll play Thanksgiving at Clements 3 days. Got 3 really good games lined up for us. Good test early in the year. 4 area tournament, and then we're going to West Morgan after Christmas this year for the first time. Got to see some different competition.
Be nice. What about you, Coach Taylor?
We'll play at Priceville at Thanksgiving, and then go to Deschler after Christmas.
Nice. Now, is that Deschler, is that a tournament, or is it just a game?
Yeah.
It's a tournament.
No, that's a pretty big tournament they do every year.
Are they?
Every year I say I'm not going back, and every year we do.
But you know what? It's good for you. Makes you see some teams that you may not see, obviously in the regular season. So,
coaches, talk about some players, man, that you got coming back that you guys are expecting a lot out of this year to help you guys get to where you want to be.
Go ahead. May take me a minute to think of them.
Well, we lost our 2. We only had 2 seniors last year, but they were both our leading scorers and leading rebounders, and kind of our 2 leaders. So there's kind of a gap to fill there. And it's kind of weird. We've got like 5 seniors and 5 sophomores, and so we're hoping some of those seniors will step up, or the sophomores will step up, and somebody will take some of those points that are available or some minutes that are available to kind of fill those gaps.
You have some pretty good competition amongst them, like, any of them stepping up trying to take those minutes?
Yeah, we do. We've got so it's kind of weird. We've got 12 sophomores in the program, and so there'll be 2 returning starters from last year. Rayleigh Campbell and Ansley Weatherford started last year as 9th graders. And so the rest of them, there's probably about 4 or 5 of them that are kind of all right there, kind of trying to fight for a spot on that varsity team, trying to compete for some minutes. And so we've had some good competition to open the year in practice.
Good deal. Yeah, no, don't do what Coach Drake used to do to me now. When I played for Coach Jimmy Drake, and in Leeson, we had a great relationship. But, man, I was that guy, right? I'd be just running, man, busting my butt, doing everything I was supposed to do, diving on that floor for them loose balls, man. And he'd be like, yeah, that's what you got to do. That's it, man, Todd earned his minutes this week. And, yeah, and then I never saw the court, guys. So, so that shows you how good I was.
You had some pretty stiff competition on those teams.
I did. I had a little bit. Honestly, I did. But anyway, no. I mean, and that's what I hope. I hope it's what the girls and the guys do. Like, everybody has a role on the team. You might not be the starter, but your job is to get the starters better, make them work hard in practice so they are ready for those games. So do y'all have those kind of kids on both your teams? Coach Satter, you can go first.
Yeah, we don't really know our roles yet, but yeah, if you can get a team to where everybody just wants to be a star in their role, then you can have a good year. And the best teams we've had, people have done that. They've starred in whatever their role was, and sometimes it wasn't to play much, but it was to make the guys that play better every day. And it's hard to get kids to buy into that, but if you can, you can have a lot of fun. Sometimes it's not just battling the kid; it's trying to make mom and dad understand, what's best for the team.
Yeah.
But when you can, it's fun.
Yeah.
Coach James, is Julianne Kyle one of your players?
Julianne Kyle, yes, she is. Yeah,
okay.
She's a junior this year.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say congratulations to her. She's our athlete of the week.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Everybody's been voting for her all week.
Yeah. She gets her a T-shirt and a meal here.
And a signed autograph picture from myself that she can hang on her wall.
That's awesome.
And she'll cherish forever.
Man, but here's the one thing about you guys over there at West, and I think y'all agree with me. It's the one school in the county, and I think more so than any one of them, that when you talk about girls, Coach James has girls that play every sport, not just every one of them, softball, volleyball, basketball. Coach has that too with all the football guys he just said, and a lot of those guys play baseball. And it just shows you that, even though it gets started later, that both those guys that we're talking to, they do a good job in what they're doing over there at West Limestone.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Nobody wants to.
Sir,
nobody wants to be stuck with them all year long. We like for other coaches to have to put up with them a little bit.
That's a good point.
That's true.
Well, Coach Taylor, that's kind of Clint brings up a good point. Did you move your season? Do you ever, or did you possibly this year move your season back a little bit? Because football teams generally in the playoffs, and that's hurt y'all in the past without a doubt. Did you put that into play this year? Or that's just the way the schedule worked out?
No, that's just the way way it worked. It hadn't affected us much over the last few, so last couple of years we've started the same time, and so if you practice too long, you get to hating practice and hating each other, and so we'd rather just practice a little while and start playing and see where we're at and what we need to work on.
Yeah, that's true.
Todd, here's something that you don't know. Justin Taylor has branched off into being a volleyball coach now.
What?
How about that, man?
I did not know that.
Middle school, superstar, just like he is out there in basketball. I want him to be real Justin, though, out there on the volleyball court with those girls like he is the guys.
Oh, man. Coach Story's already made a couple of his players cry, so I don't know. Coach Taylor's a couple of octaves more than Coach Story.
Coach James here, they need to cry every once in a while.
Man. Oh, man. Well, fellas, man, we appreciate y'all joining us. We'll be rooting for y'all during the season. Obviously, be carrying some of y'all's games on Play Action Sports. I know your boys and girls are ready to get after somebody else, the LLBC and Clements Colts, so it won't be long for you to get there, a week and a half or so away. So good luck to y'all.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have y'all back on during the season and check in and out with you.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, you appreciate it.
Thank y'all both for joining us. All right, that was West Limestone head and basketball coaches of the boys and girls teams. When we come back, we'll be joined by head basketball coach at Athens Golden Eagles, Danny Anderson. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
If you have a question, comment, or idea for Tailgate Talk, you can email it to tailgatetalk@hotmail.com. We'll be right back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands, Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or a festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. 256-566-5298.
Hello, this is Paul Spivey, former Alabama Crimson Tide running back, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd DeBod, the talent Tomlin, along with Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. And we're being joined by the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, head basketball coach of the Athens Golden Eagles, and his assistant coach. You know what, guys? I just lost my train of thought. Danny Anderson and Tim Bellmon. Coach, y'all haven't played yet, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes,
I kind of looked up the schedule. Y'all's first game against Westminster. Does that sound right?
That is.
Coach Bellmon, we haven't met. So how long have you been on Coach Anderson's staff?
This is my second year.
Okay, second year, and you don't have a hard time putting up with him, or?
Oh no, great guy.
No, he is a great guy, and he was even a better player, man. You were phenomenal to watch, and you can probably still shoot their eyes out, I imagine, Coach.
Oh, I can.
Get out there and do it. Show them how it's done.
Yeah, he does.
Every once in a while.
You can brag on yourself, man. We'll let Coach Bellmon brag on you.
Hey, he bought Coach Bellmon to be his hype man. I can tell by the way he's looking at it. I can tell by the way he just looked at it. You better say yes.
Green, you better say yes. That's right.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
6A, Area 15, it's y'all, Columbia, Muscle Shoals. Smaller area, but obviously with Muscle Shoals in it, it's always tough. Do you know anything about Columbia, Muscle Shoals? Anything about?
Yeah, I mean, Neil's been at Muscle Shoals now for a long time, so he does a really, really good job. And then, Columbia is one of those schools where if you look across the board, they're not good at football, they're not good at baseball, they're not good at volleyball, they're not good at softball. But the only thing they are good at is what we coach. So,
of course,
it makes it tough. All the other coaches at Athens are glad that they're kind of in the area, and
y'all not so much.
Yeah, because those kids, it's like I tell our guys, when basketball is over, they have nothing else to look forward to. So it means a lot to them. Where our kids, they're going to go on to something else and they're going to get to do something else. But for those guys, it's over, it's over.
That's a great point.
That is a good point.
And it's crazy, how a school that big struggles in all those sports, across the board. But you're right, year in, year out, in particular basketball, they find some players.
Yeah, I've seen where somebody put, I think Columbia's football has lost 84 straight games. And, it's crazy because, Coach Massaro at the high school, he talks about they're getting a new weight room, they're getting, some new facilities.
Nice.
And it's just unbelievable to think that you always hear the term, we got some athletes, we can win. It's not like that in football. It's not like that in basketball. You got to have some skill setting and
absolutely.
But yeah. So 3-team area should be a fun one.
Yeah, be interesting. Well, let's talk about your team. You got a lot of returning starters.
We do. We've got 9 returning players from last year's team. So, last year we didn't have any seniors. This year we're going to be very senior-led. We'll have 8 seniors. 5 of those guys are basketball-only kids, and we've got 3 seniors that are in football right now. And
that's going to mix you up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, our football team's having a great year, and we hope they continue to play. But we got a really good group of kids that they just genuinely care about each other, and it's fun to be around. It's fun to coach them. Like Coach Bellmon and I talk about, they may not do everything exactly the right way, but you see that they want to improve every day.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
That's it.
Is them wanting to do it and trying to do it. Coach Bellmon, what do you have a particular duty? Like you're the defensive guy, the offensive guy, or just the raw? I would be the rah-rah guy because I don't know enough about the game to coach it, but I could sure make you want to run through a wall, I guess, if you wanted somebody.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
Mostly I'm on them about the defense.
Okay.
And hopefully we're going to take a big step forward in that. But going back to our guys, it's just, they're very coachable and they're very good teammates. Yeah. So that makes their jobs a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, when you get a team, Coach Legg knows more than anything as a player and the coach, former coach that he's been. Man, when those guys are buddies and do stuff off the court and are friends and care and love each other, and it may not equate to points on the board or whatever, but man, it's not going to be from not the effort of trying, because they're all going to have each other's backs and they're going to work hard to make each other better. So good for y'all. I'm glad y'all have that. Is it put you think kind of pressure being at senior heavy, not on y'all as a coaching staff per se, but on the kids themselves? Like, man, we're seniors. If we don't do it this year, we're not coming back. So.
Well, I don't know if it puts pressure. I think the mentality and the maturity of those players help having older guys around, because they know kind of, what it takes to be successful. And last year we got a little taste of, winning some games. This group of seniors, I asked them last year how many middle school games they won, and they said 2. Jeez. And then, so trying to build that culture of winning. And a lot of people in the outside world don't know how hard it is to win. Like, it's hard.
It's hard.
And
everybody's competing for that victory.
And there's just a lot of day-to-day things that you have to do, the little things and the purpose that you do them. And so I don't think it puts pressure. I think our guys have embraced that. Our basketball kids right now that we've got, the other day we practiced, and I left to go to Ardmore to watch my son play middle school, and we had a rec clinic with all of our rec coaches at Athens. I came back, and our coaches came back, and all of our players came back and helped demonstrate that. So they really embrace being the older guys, and we're excited. And as a coaching staff, we want to see those guys have success and have something to remember as they get older.
Yeah. Now, being that y'all have the new campus and all that, you've got the middle school basically across the street, and then the lower level schools all the way across town. Those with the middle school, the 9th grade teams, all the other teams below y'all, do you try to, like, do those coaches run the same stuff that y'all run at your level, or are you doing something totally different? I guess what I'm asking is the whole system running the same stuff? So.
Well, it is now. It is now. We try to do that, even all the way down to our TVBA teams, our 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teams.
That's great.
We're visible. We go to a lot of the games.
Kids love that.
Yeah, so I know all of our kids. I know all our kids in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and I know their parents, and it helps me build those relationships early on with those players. And it just I know it means a lot to those families, but really, we don't do it for that. We do it because those are our future players.
Yeah.
Got to invest in those.
Yeah, absolutely. But when they see you walk in the gym, man, they're feeling proud. Coach came to watch me.
Yeah.
That's just what you feel at that age.
It is, and my son is in 7th grade this year, and the little group that he's with is a pretty good little team, and I had a chance. Coach and I coached them for the last 2 years.
Oh, cool.
And, they're going to be a special group. But then we've got a 6th grade, a 5th grade, and a 4th grade team coming up that, has the potential to be pretty good.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome that you got everybody now streamlined that way. By the time they get to you, they know the offense, they know the defense, they know the expectations of what y'all are wanting them to do, and it just makes that transition a lot more seamless.
And to be honest, if Coach Anderson wanted to be a micromanager, there's enough room in that auxiliary gym in his new gym that he could really practice everybody and just walk back and forth upstairs and we get cardio in. Because that auxiliary gym is as nice as anywhere around, I think, Coach. And
it is.
I think if he really wanted to do it, I'd go. We're going to all practice here at Sam. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to be right back. Down here, be right back. Yeah. But it's really awesome, man. That's the thing about Athens is, once again, I really think that they should have thought more about making y'all's gym a lot bigger, because if you want to play somebody, I mean, like the first game was East, when I was at East Athens,
right,
and that was back before Coach, but it was so packed in there that you couldn't even walk around. I'm going, man, they should have made this gym a lot bigger. But once again, we're caught in the thing of we're running out of money in a hurry, so let's shortcut something that's athletics and let's build something. I would have never approved that, but I don't make that kind of money. I'm too dumb. I think once again we're in a competition now. It's Athens versus everybody else. So the facilities is what's bringing them, along with the teams. I get all that, but still, I mean, they got a real nice. That Athens gym is incredible. It would have been, y'all could have hosted whatever you wanted to host there, dude, if they would just went just a little bit more up.
Well, I haven't been in it in a long time, but the old high school gym, now the middle school gym, have they gone in and done, not the new one, the old?
Yes, sir.
Have they gone in and done anything like that? Last time I was in there, all the bleachers had been ripped out, and it was basically just a room.
Are you talking about at the middle school?
Yeah, the original high school court that was there.
Yeah, so we still play our middle school games there.
Do they? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
so they must have put the bleachers back in since I've been there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. The facilities are great. I mean, without a doubt. But all that set aside, the schedule y'all play, is always tough, and I've always I didn't get a chance to look at the whole thing, and I'm trying to think of some of the teams that stood out to me last night when I was looking. But playing those better teams is what makes you better and prepares you for that end of the season run.
Yeah.
Even if you take an L.
Right.
It's preparing you for something.
But when you're 6A, you don't play no bad team.
Yeah.
That's true too. That's a good point, Coach. If you're at that level, everybody's
bad teams in that kind of basketball.
No. Well, you just you hope that your schedule probably helps prepare you for the area tournament, and you try to play a variety of different styles of play, because if you're happen to come out of your area, you don't know who you're going to cross with. And so our schedule's a little, it's definitely tough. We've got a Orange Beach basketball trip planned for November the 18th through the 22nd, so that's going to be a great time for us to go. We play McAdory first game, and I was talking to Brandon Daniels at Hueytown there in the same area a few days ago before the bracket came out, and I asked him about his area, and he said, man, McAdory is going to be really, really good.
And
then they send the bracket, and we got McAdory. So
why not?
So I don't know if he knew the bracket before and was telling me or what, but
he set you up on that.
Yeah, I actually went and watched Hueytown and James Clemens play last night.
Oh, yeah?
We played James Clemens, and we went over and watched Madison Academy and made Jemison play. So
that was good.
Basketball, basketball started, and the one regret that I have, and I told Coach Bellmon this, and I even told my principal, I wish I had scheduled a game, because we've got enough kids now to go play, and we can compete with what we have.
Oh yeah.
So
you never know coming out of football.
Well, you don't, and you don't want those seniors to miss it. But I also don't want the seniors that I got to be punished for not playing as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they could have more games under their belt.
So we should have played, and heck, if there's anybody out there listening that wants to play next week, we'll play. I'm ready to play, because we've been practicing. So
they're ready to beat up on somebody.
It'll be good. It'll be good for me to have something to yell at besides somebody. So
definitely good look.
Well, fellas, man, appreciate y'all joining us. We'll definitely have you back on, through the year, and good luck to y'all. Hope y'all have a great season.
And good luck to you.
Rooting for y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you joining us. That was Coach Danny Anderson and assistant coach Tim Bellmon of Athens Golden Eagles. We appreciate them joining us and have them back on. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street. Open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Michael Parker, head football coach at Clements High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Todd DeBod, the talent Tomlin, along with Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. And now we're being joined on the First National Bank Hotline, Making Communities Great segment. Head coach of the boys and girls basketball teams, James Clemens. Head coach of the boys, Frankie Sullivan, and of the girls, Monica Maxwell. Coaches, how y'all doing?
Good.
Good deal.
Pretty good.
Good. Appreciate y'all joining us this morning. Coming off Coach Sullivan, a loss last night. Coach Maxwell, I had to ask Tim this morning if that score was even correct when I saw it. That was kind of a beatdown of Hueytown. I don't even know what Hueytown is. What are they, the Eagles, the Tigers? I don't even know what Hueytown is. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know what they are either.
I don't know, but y'all put a whooping on them. And Coach Sullivan, I mean, 65-55. It wasn't like y'all got smoked or anything. But we'll start with you, Coach Sullivan. Talk a little bit about last night's game.
Yeah, I think last night it's a good starting point for my guys. A bunch of guys that haven't played varsity. Only one guy with real true varsity experience. So hopefully next week we can build off that, watch some film, and hopefully get them ready to go. And also missing 2 of my guys on the football field. That'll be a big contributor to winning next week.
Yeah, I was fixing to ask you that. I assumed you had a few football players out there still on. So, and that, and I know there's something you're used to with the success of y'all's football team year in, year out. Doesn't make it any easier to start the season, I know, but it's something you unfortunately have to kind of get used to. Coach Maxwell, talk about that 67-18 or 65-18, whatever score that was. Sound like the girls played really well on both sides of the ball.
Actually, I know this sounds very coach-like of me, but I don't feel like we actually played that well.
Wow.
We missed a lot of defensive assignments. We were just kind of, sloppy. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was our first game. I know they were nervous. So, I mean, for the effort that I got in the second half, we started hitting some shots. I am proud of them. We just got to tighten up on some things. But, again, that's my, my overall coaching mindset over everything. But I mean, just for the first game of the season, I am proud of them.
Yeah, you can't be satisfied.
Yeah, definitely not.
You can be happy, but just never satisfied.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that. That's how you get better. Absolutely. Well, Coach Sullivan, I guess we'll start with you. Talk about some maybe what you're looking, some of the guys that you're looking to contribute maybe more than others, or whether they're football players that still aren't there yet, or what you got on the court now.
Right now, just looking for, like I said, thanks for saying Maxwell said we were real sloppy last night when it came to And I think that's a telltale sign of what we are right now. And most of them was unforced turnovers. So, like, once the guys calm down and get their nerves together, I think it will be good. Like I said, I'm not too much concerned about the first half of the season. I'm never at the end of the year for me. I want to get back to state and help to close out this year.
Yeah. Well, the next few games don't get any easier. I think I saw you play Spartan twice in like the next 10 days, and then you've got Buckhorn and Grissom in between. So that makes it that's a tough way to start out the season for sure.
Debut,
Oh, I think we lost Coach Sullivan. Coach Maxwell, you there? Y'all together? There we
yes.
go. Okay.
No, I'm here.
All right.
Well, to piggyback off of Coach Sullivan, like, I think we make our schedule very tough so that we're prepared for, February and March.
Yeah.
And, that especially for the boys. I mean, the boys teams are stacked, and I don't know if a lot of teams up here they are missing any players due to football, but that's something we do every year just simply because our football team is pretty good. They make the playoffs. They just won regionals. So that's something that our boys, something that me and Frankie have actually agreed on. Like, hey, let's make our schedule as tough as possible so we're prepared.
Oh, absolutely. Well, speaking of that, obviously you've got Spartan coming up twice in the next 10 days in Buckhorn, but then you've also going to Huffman. Is that a tournament?
Yeah.
Or is that just like y'all are just going down there and playing them?
Well, we actually go to Fairfield, and it's like a tip-off tournament, like a day tournament type thing. And it's just we play that one game. We play Huffman, and I'm actually excited about that because they got us twice last year, and they had a very good season last year. So I think our girls are chomping at the bit trying to get back together.
Yeah, I imagine that's a good way to do it. Like you just mentioned, scheduling tough like that early only pays off for later in the season for sure.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of your girls that you've got coming back and what you're looking forward to seeing.
We have Gabby Stigger. She's my point guard. She's a senior point guard. She has grown tremendously with her leadership skills, and I'm not sure if anyone saw the game last night, but you could definitely tell that. And she's really stepped up in practice, so I'm looking forward to seeing her grow over the next couple months. And then we have she's a freshman. Her name is Deion Smith. She is just an unbelievable player. By the time she's a senior, I couldn't imagine if she went anything less than Power 5. She is just, She's a great kid, great student. She's got all the talent in the world. She's growing like a weed. Like, she has undeniable talent. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing her, grow, lead, become one of those just unstoppable scorers. And then, of course, we got Jasmine Grigsby. Now, she is out for the next couple of weeks. She's coming back from a stress fracture in her back. She is cleared now. Yeah, she is cleared now, but this is one of those things, like, let's take it slow because I'd rather have you, December, January, February as opposed to right now.
Yeah, bless her heart. She's going to be chomping at the bits, wanting to get out there on the court, but that is one of those things that, you may just need to ease her into it and make sure that she's going to be all right for, end of the season for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we returned a good group of girls, Serenity Pride and Brooke McNeil. Like, those are two of our bigs, and they're real active down low. So, I mean, I have really high expectations for those girls, and they understand that. And I think, after seeing last night and what type of energy they bring when they are, active around the glass, I think we've set that expectation. So hopefully we keep it going and we don't decline.
Yeah, well, both you and Coach Sullivan, I've always enjoyed watching y'all coach. Y'all coach hard, and I can't even imagine practices. Just from what I see in the games, man, I would hate to be one of your players having to go through that. But you know what? It's all for, the good of the end result, which is to win and go far in the playoffs and maybe win that big blue trophy. So now is this going into your third year? Is that right? Or
yes, sir. Third? Yeah, this is the beginning of my third year.
All right. So now that you've got a couple years under your belt, is it just getting better and bigger for you, more fun? You enjoying it?
Absolutely. I think, the first year it's always tough because, like, you're trying to learn the players and create a culture. So you're kind of very, keep tiptoeing around some things. But the girls know, I am tough. Like, my coaches joke about it all the time. But at the end of the day, they understand the reason why I'm tough is more than basketball. You know, I want them to graduate. I want them to be great women outside of school, like mothers, wives, like students, all that good stuff. So he kind of joked about, you know, how we are in practice, but me and Frankie's goals are the same as far as outside of basketball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's exciting, and now it's way more fun because it's like a lot of people, they're like, oh crap, you know, James Clemens is good.
Yeah.
So we might need to take them a little bit seriously. So it's cool trying to get them to kind of ride the wave with me. Like they know, like, hey, we're something to talk about.
Yeah. Well, real quick, just gonna go over the area. 7A, Area 8. It's y'all, Austin, Bob Jones, and Florence. So, man, that's a tough area for sure.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. So, yeah, there's going to be some interesting games throughout the season, plus all those hard games that y'all schedule in between. But you'll be ready for those area games when they come up because of that. So, anyway, we're looking forward to coming out there and covering some of your games, obviously, and on the Play Action Sports Network. And we'll be wishing y'all luck.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, Coach. I didn't know you were back on. I'm sorry. I would have thrown more questions at you, but we'll have you back on, Coach Sullivan.
You're good. You're good. I'm driving back home to a funeral right now. So
I'm sorry. Well, all right.
I'm in the country. I am in the country.
All right, brother. Well, be safe. Y'all take care. Have a good week of practice, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Thank you.
All right. That was head coach Frankie Sullivan and Monica Maxwell, the James Clemens Jets. We're going to take us a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Clements head basketball coach Kyle Owens joining us. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Tailgate Talk is on Facebook. Just search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, like our page, and post your questions, comments, or ideas for the show. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back on 1080 WKAC.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Freak Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at freakinhavoc.com.
Hey, this is former Auburn defensive end Ladarius Owens, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd the Bar Tomerlin, along with Coach Clint Legg, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we're being joined now on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. Head boys basketball coach of the Clements, Coach Kyle Owens. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all?
Man, we're doing all right, buddy. Good to have you here. I had out of all the days that you made your debut, I had your stinking boss sitting in here with us.
Yeah, I know. I really apologize that I can't be there. My wife got called into work, and I'm on baby duty, so I'm not having any fun either.
We heard that, so, yeah, I understand. Yeah. And first things first, so, yeah, you're good to go. And Coach Legg always brags on you anyway, you know that, so.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm a big Clint Legg fan as it is. So.
We all are. It's his world. We're just living in it.
That's exactly right.
Tell you what bothers me is knowing Kyle's keeping kids.
Well, they're just scared. You know what? That's a good point, Coach. I've never thought of that.
I'm not talking about not the teenage versions, but the little ones. Ain't no way. I know who I want involved.
She's a handful.
Oh, Lordy.
I wish you would tell me that Billy Owens is involved with this daycare stuff. That'd been awesome.
I know that would be awesome.
They always say we pay for our raising, so you must have had some.
That's absolutely true, by the way. That's true.
That's correct. That is correct.
I don't know. So, it looks like, I guess, according to schedule, y'all's first game is at Lindsay Lane. Is that right?
No, that got moved. We had to bounce around a few things, so we're going to open up against West Limestone at our place on November the 14th. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it did get all moved around. Okay.
Yeah, it did. It got moved around several times.
Y'all had East in there somewhere too, didn't you?
We did. We did. We sure did.
I just kind of glanced at it. I didn't get to see your whole schedule, but I did notice you had Decatur on the schedule. I thought that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, we needed to sprinkle in some tougher games, just to challenge our guys a little bit. Now we're we're bringing in some different guys and doing some different things, but we'll test them some every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a great test, and it's over there too, right?
Yeah, we saw them play this summer too. They're pretty good. They're very athletic, so it'll be a good chance to see because we want to get out and run. And if we can get out and run with these athletic teams, we know where we are.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, speaking of that, who you got coming back that you're looking forward to helping you push along?
I got a good senior class, and we're senior heavy because I have 5 seniors out of the 10 guys that I have. So. Anytime you can put Jaden Gilbert on the floor, you're gonna get some rebounds, and he's gonna run fast, and he's just a competitor. He wants to really get after it. So I think we're gonna be faster this year, and I think we're gonna shoot the ball a lot better than we did. So I think we're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah. Well, maybe that new court will help you out too.
Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely see where the 3-point line is, and we ought to be able to get it going.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I've just seen a picture of it, but I'm sure that didn't do it justice. Y'all did a lot of hard work on that. So
it looks really good, and we're excited. The kids are so excited to be able to get out there, and I know Coach Legg can talk about this too, but just that pride to have something nice to be able to play on and show other people. We're doing good things here too. We're playing basketball here, but we're also doing some good things for the kids, and I think that's where we are right now.
And I played baseball for Coach Dennis Black, and one of Dennis's philosophies back in the 80s when I played was if you look good, you'll play good.
It sticks. It's still there.
And there's some truth to that. If you've got, if you're dressed right and you got your uniform all nice and ready to go and it looks good and field's down in the line, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a court, football field, baseball field, whatever,
That's correct.
But if you run around all sloppy and tore up or whatever, sometimes, I don't know, you play that way.
That's exactly right. It's a good point. Tim was go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just hate, man. The only bad part about our gym is this. I know who built it back in 2000. I have no idea who came up with the idea to put all the maroon on the inside of it. If we had black bleachers instead of maroon with all the blacks in
that would be sweet.
It'd be knockout. It would be the best looking gym around.
That would be sweet.
But it's still, I'm not saying it don't look good.
Maroon and black goes well together too. I mean, it does. But black and black, man, dude.
I know.
Yeah, I love the black on black.
Y'all could call it the whatever dungeon or something. Bring people in to get whooped,
I like that.
I'm always tempted to grab a can of black spray paint and just start spray painting those bleachers.
Just knock them out.
I'm with him. Yeah, with him.
I know.
So y'all are 3A, Area 16. It's y'all, Elmont, Lauderdale County. Is that right?
That's correct.
I was talking to, I don't even know, one of the coaches earlier about, I know it was Coach Davis because they've got a 5-team area. Y'all obviously have a 3-team area. we always know what Elkmont brings. Do you know anything about Lauderdale County? I mean, they're year in, year out, they're usually really good too. So.
Yeah, they are. I mean, every year they're gonna put a good team out on the floor, and they're well coached. But they do have a kid that they got coming back that is a really good player, probably the better player in our area. So anytime you can put a kid like that on the floor, you have to know where he is, and he does so much on both sides of the floor. So, you have to game plan against him not only offensively but defensively as well. So it makes a difference when you line up with teams that have kids like that. So, of course, they're going to be dangerous. So,
one thing, and you're a good bit younger than me, but so the game has changed so much. But you've adapted really well. I mean, I've seen your teams throughout the years.
You got to change with it.
You do have to change with it. But, I mean, is there ever going to be a time you think, and I don't know where it would have to start, whether it be the college level, NBA, definitely probably never going to be in the NBA again, but like where you see post players become a thing again, where you run an offense through the post? Or do you think those days are just gone?
I don't think they're gone. I think you have to get a kid like Shaq again. Those kids aren't there anymore. But I think when you watch college basketball, for sure, if their best player is a dominant postman, then they adjust. Kentucky's done it before. They usually like to run the run and gun and the dribble drive. But if their post presence is good, then they run everything through the post. I don't know that you'll ever see the dominant big man like Shaq, because he may be a once-in-a-lifetime kind of guy. Yeah. But I think the spreading of the floor and wanting to play fast has really hurt the dominant big man, and kids aren't developing that skill anymore. Now it's all dribbling and shooting, and you have to be able to do those even at 7. You may look at Wemby, 7'4". Exactly. You got to be able to shoot a 3 these days to be able to play.
Isn't that crazy?
And that hurts us too, because we have kids that are 6'1" who have to play post for us, but all they want to do is shoot threes. Yeah. And, it makes it tougher on the coaches for sure. I know they can all agree.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, because like you said, everybody wants to be Seth Curry now instead of Shaq or Kareem or whatever back in the day. Yeah. Because the game has changed so much, and sometimes when I'm watching it, I get frustrated. You got a kid right there 2 feet from the basket thinking he's fixing to lay it up, then all of a sudden he kicks it out in the corner, and I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it's the little things. It's the little things. The working off 2 feet, being able to shoot a floater or a baby hook, for example.
Yeah, those were shots that you'd have got taken out of the game for back when I played. You would have. You got set
you
down.
Would have.
Yeah,
that's right. But if you can get kids to start working on that before practice starts, the balls are out there and if they're working on left-handed layups and working on their little baby hooks, you're in good shape. Yeah. But they're not. They're working on the Steph Curry step back.
You're right.
40-footers, So it is tough. It makes it tough.
Another sad thing about it is you can drive up and down through any neighborhood in any part of this county, any part of this state, probably any part of this country, and you don't see anybody out there shooting basketball anymore. There's no driveway goals. I don't see it. I don't know if y'all do. Coach Leg, you ever see anybody in your area out there shooting a hoop?
I see one or two, and they're my kids. So.
Well, there we go.
I mean, my girl loves to go out there and do that.
I live for that. That's all I did.
But you got to do this, man. You gotta push them out there. I mean, really push them. But man, get off. Why do you give them? Why does a kid have a cell phone at 9 years old?
Yeah, man, they do.
I mean, I don't get to.
I'll tell you one thing. Billy Owens never gave us a choice. It's raining, snowing, tornado was coming through. We better be in that driveway.
But you probably wanted to be out there, though, didn't you? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I did. I can remember knocking ice. I can remember knocking ice off my driveway many a time to get out there and just shoot in the net would be, cover the ice. I'd take a broom or something and bust all the ice off of it so the ball would go through. You don't see that much anymore, and I think that hurts the game.
That's right. It does. It does.
If you're listening, make them go out there.
That's right, parents. Put them a ball goal up and tell them to get out there and shoot some hoops, Yeah.
And I see lots of goals, but you're right. I don't see a lot of kids shooting on them.
I see plenty of goals. I just don't see anybody out there shooting on them.
Well, we were talking about changes, and I've been meaning to bring this up the whole show. We've got a new foul rule change for this year. So
what is that?
Well, here's what we've got. No more 1-and-1s, free throws.
In high school?
Right.
Okay.
Junior high and high school. Bonus will always be 2 shots.
Oh, I did know that.
Bonus begins at 5 team fouls, and the team fouls will be reset each quarter. And the scoreboard will show a max of 5 fouls per quarter. So what's your impression of that, Coach?
Well, I probably shouldn't say exactly what I want to say because I don't want to get anybody fined or anything. But I don't agree with the decision to make this, and part of it is the reasoning behind it. So the reasoning is because they believe that the injuries occur from kids jostling for a rebound on the 1-and-1.
Right.
Like there's no such thing as a rebound on the second one. I mean, they're still going to go fight for the rebound. They're just not going to do it after one free throw. They're going to do it after two.
And they're going to fight for rebounds in the next 50 to 60, 80 shots in a basketball game. Yeah, I do remember that and reading that reason.
There's several things.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. So they thought that this would speed the game up too, or help with the flow of the game, and I don't see how if we're having to wait for 2 free throws every time. Plus, you take away the strategy from coaches at the end of the game where you might need to foul.
That's what irks me the most. It completely takes away strategy. I mean, the 1-and-1 was, I mean, how many games have been won and lost on that? Sending a team to the line,
it's happened several times.
I mean, thousands of times through the years. I mean, to take that strategy away to me is ignorant. It's just ignorant, and it's not going to.
I don't think coaches were consulted when they made that.
I'm sure
decision.
they weren't.
Yeah. Sounds like the COVID strategy where you didn't have the jump ball unless it went into overtime.
Like
makes no sense.
You couldn't get COVID between then and overtime. I don't know.
Sometimes we do things that don't make sense, and it baffles the brain.
Well, that's one of them. And you don't have to say anything because I'll be saying plenty of that throughout the year. Because that's just, I'd forgotten about it till Tim just brought it up. But, Coach, man.
The funny thing about that is somebody got paid to make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Got paid well. Got paid well, too.
That's right. Guys, I appreciate y'all having me on.
We'll be rooting for you during the year.
Every year.
Well, we do, too. And we'll have you back on several times throughout the season and look forward to talking to you then, man.
All right, see y'all. See you, Coach Legg.
See you, man. See you.
All right, Coach Kyle Owens, Clements boys basketball coach. You can hear the little one in the background ready for Daddy to get off the phone. And we always appreciate his time. Coach, man, thanks for joining me this morning. Appreciate it as always.
Absolutely, man.
Tim, great show. Thanks for lining everybody up.
Thank Greg Miller and Beanie's listening again. I bet they are.
We hope so. Awesome. Love y'all, fellas. Always appreciate y'all listening and for joining us. And I guess next week we'll have maybe the crew back. We'll see. Plan on it. But everybody have a great week. Thanks for listening. And until then, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.